Hey everyone, I'm Gustavo, one of the designers of Memory Kings, and I'm going to show you a little bit about how the digital version works. Memory Kings is actually a board game that mixes the memory or the matchup game with some elements, some tactical elements of chess. So in this digital version, you can actually play in the same screen in all player counts with some different grid size and variants. And if you don't know how to play the game, I'm going to show you a little bit quickly how the solo variant works. But if you want, you can click here, down here. In the About section, you can find the rulebook to download. It's really small, just 8 small pages. Or you can even check the rules right here in game. So you can see that you have everything that you need to play both the multiplayer or the solo variants in here. Okay, so and you also have some links here. There is a tutorial that shows you how to play from 2 to 4 players. It basically shows you how to play. There is very little difference from the multiplayer to the solo variant. So to play one game, we're gonna choose here the number of players. We're gonna play solo in a grid size of 5 per 5 and in the standard setup variant. So the standard is randomly places the cards in the grid. So black and white, they are all random, while the alternate, the deck is shuffled, but they are placed in an alternate fashion. So it becomes more or less like a chessboard. So we click in this button to start the game, and the game will automatically, in a solo variant, place the counter king here. The counter king is basically the pawn of the game or the AI, and it's your job to beat it. So to do that, we have to find pairs in the grid. In memory games, you have 2 pawns. Each player have 2 pawns. We're going to place here, and our job is to find matching pairs, to find 6 matching pairs before the counter king reaches the end of the board. So how does that work? Every time I move 1 pawn, the counter king moves 1, and it will do a raster movement until the final card. If we can match 6 pairs, we win. So, and if we don't, we lose. How does the game work? A quickly refresh or reminder here. A pawn can always move one adjacent space here, orthogonally, so no diagonal. And it doesn't matter what card they're on, they will always be able to move one space. But they also can move a special movement, which depends on the card they're on. So if this pawn is in a knight, it can actually move as a knight as well. This is called escorting, and is as much as the knight. So the pawn is getting a lift with the knight and coming here. So the bishop will allow you to walk diagonal, and just like in chess, and the rook will allow you to go straight in straight lines. So here, the rook allow you to go in straight lines. And then we can just play a few rounds here to see if we can find a pair. I think I already saw this yellow rook. And here I actually stepped in a queen. So this is a special moment in the game. Every time you review a queen, you can pick a card off the board. So I just stepped in the queen, and I'm gonna just give a quick peek of 2 seconds. I think the yellow rook is here. I'm wrong. This is the green rook. So luckily I checked that before. And the other green rook was there. So what happened here is that, remember I said you make pairs with your pawns. So the counter king also make pairs, but he only has 1 pawn. So it actually, the twist of the game is that it uses your pawns to make pairs. So if by any chance you step on the same card on a identical card of the counter king, it will actually put his token or its token in it, and it will move an extra move. Every time you find a pair, you move an extra move. So that's basically it. Every time, so you have to take care not to allow the counter king to steal pairs from you. And here, because the counter king captured this card, for the escorting movement won't work anymore for me. Only the person, the owner of the card, can use the escort movement. So I'll have to mandatorily just walk 1 space. And let's keep trying to find a pair here. Ooh, and here I found a rook. So from now on, only I can use the scored movement. In a solo variant, this doesn't really mean anything, but I also have an extra movement because I found a pair. And I saw there are two bishops here. I might not be able to reach that. So I'll come here, and I give them a pair because the yellow knight was there. At least get this bishop, but of course we lost, and we even gave another pair. So that's basically the solo variant. You can see it's very hard. I do try my best to win it, but I win 1 in 10 times, I think. And at the end, you just have this big you lost here that if you're like me, you're going to see a lot of times. But you can click on this little eye here, and now it reviews the whole board. So if you're curious where that rook was, where the knight was, you can see everything here. And if you want to replay again, you just click here and you can play again the game with other options. So basically that's it. This is Memory Kings. I didn't really went in detail over all the rules. Actually, I talked about all the rules, but if you still have any doubts or questions, you can always come here and check the rules by yourself. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the Memory Kings digital version. See ya.